Chris Bosh was underrated and underappreciated for pretty much his entire career, and he is definitely one of the more underrated players in recent NBA history. So in today's video, we'll be talking about Chris Bosh and how good he actually was. Let's get right into it. If you have not already liked this video and subscribed to my channel, please make sure to do it right now. It goes a long way in showing your support, and I appreciate it a ton. But anyways, getting right into things. Obviously, we all know that Chris Bosh was kind of the third wheel with the Miami Big Three. It was LeBron James and Dwayne Wade as the stars, and Chris Bosh was supposed to be that third star, but most people didn't really consider him, a star player. So he was definitely overshadowed during most of his time in Miami. However, I think that a lot of people also forget just how good he was when he was in Toronto playing for the Raptors. He was absolutely dominant as their sole star, and many people do not remember this or talk about it enough. Throughout his career, but especially in his time with the Raptors, Chris Bosh was everything that you want in a big man. Inside scoring, inside defense, rebounding, a little bit of passing, rim protection, all of that stuff Chris Bosh did, and he did it at a very, very high level. Now, obviously, when Chris Bosh left Toronto to go to Miami and join the Heat Big Three, he definitely wasn't as depended upon as he was in Toronto. So, to add more value to the team, he added a three-point shot and became one of the better stretch bigs in the NBA. He also, in my opinion, added a very, very nice post passing presence. So I think that he was a good post passer in Toronto, but once he got onto the Heat, I think that in the post up, he was very efficient with passing and finding his teammates. So he moved from being this sole guy to making himself useful in a different role, and I think that that is one of the underrated things and impressive things about Chris Bosh. Because of his wide range of abilities and versatile style of play, he was able to do whatever the team he was on needed him to do, making him really the ultimate team player and, the guy who you could put in at multiple positions and know he could get the job done well. I think that most NBA fans recognize Chris Bosh as a very good player, but when you look at his numbers, you realize just how big his impact was on the game. In his best season in Toronto, he was averaging 24 points per game, 10.8 rebounds per game, 2.4 assists per game, and a block per game on 52% shooting from the field. That is easily all-star type numbers, and if the Raptors were better while Chris Bosh was there, if they were a playoff team, that would have been all NBA type of numbers. So I don't think that he gets the credit that he deserves as being an all NBA type of talent, one of the best centers in the league, one of the best big men in the league in his prime. And in his best season in Miami, he averaged 21.1 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, 2.2 assists per game on 46% shooting from the field. So not quite as good as his best season in Toronto, but still very, very high level production from a very, very good big man who could play both the power forward and the center position. And like I mentioned before, just bring a variety of tools and skills to the game. Now, obviously, those numbers are very impressive, and they show just how consistently Chris Bosh was able to produce for both the Heat and the Raptors throughout his career, but they definitely don't tell the full story. And my favorite thing about Chris Bosh was that he showed up in the biggest moments for both the Raptors and the Heat. Whether it was hitting a game-winning shot or just making a game-saving play like an offensive rebound or a block or a great pass, or just, being there down the stretch and doing the things that he was supposed to do, Chris Bosh always found a way to get the job done. And in my opinion, that is what a true winner is, and that is why I think that he is one of the most underappreciated players in recent NBA memory. It's unfortunate that Chris Bosh's career was cut short due to blood clots. Obviously that's life-threatening type of stuff, so he could definitely not continue his career in the NBA. But while he was in the NBA, he was one of the best big men, like I mentioned before, and had he been able to keep playing with LeBron and D-Wade both gone from the Heat, I think that he would have shown that he could still be a star even into his early 30s. So overall, I just think that Chris Bosh deserves a lot more recognition for just how important he was to both the teams he played on in his career and how good he could have been if he had stayed healthy or not had the health problems that he had. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and also leave your comments what your thoughts are on Chris Bosh in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in my next one.